get to grips with everything.
Okay, right. So are we recording? I think we're recording.
Yeah. Says on the
right, okay, so we are going to get rid of this footer area. We don't need this, so let's go to the appearance customizer and then footer widgets. Okay, so we're going to choose our layout. So actually we want nothing.
Go bye.
That's it. So that's the widget's gone.
Yeah, and then the what is at the bottom needs to be the same color as that ready to get started.
Yeah, but let's take that menu out of the bar.
Okay.
In fact, let's build a better footer in Elementor, which will give us more control over it. I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
So go to the dashboard and then go to templates, theme builder, and then header. Oh no, header, footer, and then add new footer.
Yep.
And then we just call it like master. Call it what you like, master footer, something. Master foot. Just an internal name. It's not important. Create template. Okay, you've got all these blocks you could use to start with if you wanted, but you don't really need to do that. We shall just start with nothing. Okay, so let's give ourselves an outer section. Make that full width. Give it a little bit of padding. If we're using, I think we're using 40. Let's use 60. See how that looks. Turn it into our grey colour that we like. Drop in an inner section. We only need one column at the moment. All you want in there is that menu, isn't it, really? At the moment, to start with. Drop in navigation menu. Select our menu, which is the footer menu. Apply that. Let's just preview and see. There's no menu in there. Why is there no menu? Quickly. Did we set up a footer menu? Oh yeah, footer menu. Select. Right. Okay. So there's no items in the footer menu. So what? You just want all the pages in the footer menu?
Yeah.
I mean, so you can obviously just put the same menu in the top and the same menu in the bottom. Or you might have, you might have different ones. But for the time being, we just put the same one in then.
No, I'm happy with the same. I just want to keep it simple, yeah. Except we just want to add privacy policy, don't we, at the bottom?
Yeah.
What is that?
There you go.
Yeah, much better.
Right, so if we publish this, okay, and then it's going to ask us where we want to publish it. So add the condition. Where do you want to display your template? So we click on add condition, entire site, okay?
Yeah.
That's what we want. So save and close.
Okay.
And now, if we go to the front of the website, you've got a new footer.
Brilliant.
But actually, what we need to do is we need to go back. We need to add another. Oh, I've got all my zoom tools there. How do you move that? Add another full width section. This time we leave it white. Add an inner section. We probably don't need to, but we'll do that anyway. One column. Go and get your copyright information to put in there. We can just copy that from there. add a text editor box. Just get rid of that margin on the bottom again. Probably the top as well, just bring it a bit tighter. I think that's better. If we update that. Okay, you've got a new footer.
Cool.
Now, obviously, you're going to play around with it, but
yeah.
Actually,
cool.
the hover style is the same color as the background. But yeah, you can play around with that.
Yeah, that's fine. And there'll be more like I was planning to put something else between ready to get started in the footer, so it won't look so black white. I just want to add something else in.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that now with the footer you can add things to that as you want, and it's just going to go across the whole site, you know. So if you decide you want a white section above it, or maybe the testimonials, you can add in there, whatever. Right, what else did we want
to featured weddings.
Oh yeah,
sorry, I feel like I'm being a pain with that, but I just don't like that.
No, that's fine, isn't it? So probably the thing to do on here then is to jump into the Elementor builder again. And what we're going to do is we're going to build that archive page. So a blog consists of two elements, really. It's the archive page, which is the collection of all the blogs, and then the single post page, which is the actual, the actual post. So by default, most templates have archive pages and single pages, but we can obviously style our own in Elementor. So let's go back to the dashboard, and if we go to templates, theme builder, and you can see archive here. If we click on archive, and now add new archive, and we'll call it featured weddings, create template. Now, there's a load of blocks we could use, or we could just style our own.
And this is going to be, so I think the word archive really throws me. So this is the front end, or this is the back end of the featured
so this is when you click on featured weddings, the first page you go to is a collection of all the featured weddings.
Right. So they're called,
think of it like a library. It's like a library of all your posts.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. I don't know why I have a real problem with the word archives for some reason.
We call it library. So yeah, so we could try one of these.
I mean, I do specifically want it to look like that Ross Hurley one.
Yeah.
So don't know.
So let's have a quick look.
So it's almost just, for me, in my mind, it's just, a grid of images, and then you make the image have a link, don't you?
Yeah. So let's see if we can build that.
Trust me.
So, okay, let's give ourselves an inner section. And okay, inner section, let's make it full width as usual. Give it some padding, top and bottom, 60 to start with. Let's give it an inner section. And let's just give it one column on that inner section. And now we need to pull the dynamic content from the database. So we need, let's have a look. So we've got archive posts. So if we drop that in there, that's going to display all of our posts. Now, what styles have we got in here? So we've got cards, and we've got full content, which we don't want full content. We've got classics. So what options have we got here? show image width, title, show, pagination. Not sure if this one's going to do it. There's a few different post widgets.
What's portfolio?
Portfolio, let's have a look. Yeah, portfolio is probably exactly what you want.
There we go. Nice.
So does that link through? It does, yeah. So probably want to have a look at the styles of this, give it a little bit of space. No.
Yeah, we need to get some
page.
space between the columns, don't we? But it's not columns though, is it?
No. Here we go. Column gap.
Oh, yes.
So if we set that to say 10 pixels, and then if we set the row gap to the same.
Should we stretch? Are we stretched across the page?
Yep, we can do that. So
look how he's got. Oh, I've just seen what he's got. He's got corner. Look at the corners of his photos.
Oh, if only.
How does he do that? Do you think he did that in the picture, maybe?
Border radius here. Say 10 pixels.
I love that. Yes! That's so good.
What a way to start a Sunday morning, yeah?
Oh, I love that. That's so good. That's made me so happy.
So if we click publish, add condition, and we say all archives, that's fine. We can do all archives. Save and close. Now, if we go to the front of our site, there you go.
Yes. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
The only thing is the images seem to be a little bit pixelated, so let's just quickly check. I
think I did bring them in quite small.
Yeah, but if we look here on the, if we go to the edit portfolio and you've got image size, medium, 300 by 300, it's pulling tiny images. So if we just set it to full, and now they're sharp.
Amazing. So I got to say, I got a bit, something blocking me about this. I did get a bit lost with where you are. I think because this featured weddings doesn't behave the same as the other pages. That's the thing that's baffling me. But don't worry now. I'm going to go back and watch what you did. What I can't in my head picture is how I then add more. How do I add another featured wedding? And then when I get another, where would I go to add another featured wedding?
So if we go back to the dashboard.
I feel like I'm being slow on the uptake.
No. There's a lot to take in. So if we go back to the dashboard, posts, okay? So literally
post, yeah.
You know, if you literally add one now,
I got it.
Then that's going to appear in your library. You've got a new book in your library. It's going to be in your library here.
It looks so good. I'm so happy with that.
So what you can do is any of the templates we've set up, you can then go and add content to them like you would a normal page. So you can go back to this, and you can add, you know, text, or you can add some writing, whatever you want. You can add a call to action. So we just added that head in there. If we update that, you know, go back to your archive.
I think what I'll probably want to do is on the home page, just go to the home page for me again a minute. Let me just run this past you. And then scroll down, and then that ready to get started. Do you think that should be on every page?
Yeah.
In that sort of same position? And even what about the ones above it, the three, that, like, should that be everywhere as well?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not? You know, make it a consistent part of your site.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In that, you know, how do you think you'd do that then, effectively or easily?
Oh, well, I guess the template.
Yeah.
And then, where you said the all pages thing.
You might as well put it. You might as well put it in the actual footer, wouldn't you? You might as well construct the footer so that it has all of these elements in it.
Yeah.
And then when you decide you want to change it in 3 months or whatever, develop it a bit further, you can just change it on that one file, and it's up there across the whole site.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That feels like we've come on quite a lot there.
So
yeah.
Do you feel confident of how to use that then? Do you need me to show you? Yeah.
I think so. I am a little blocked on it, but I think you did explain it. So I think I'll just watch the video.
And the thing is, you can copy and paste, so you could have 2 Elementor windows open. So say if we go to the home.
Yeah.
And you want this ready to get started. So let's edit that page. Now let's go back to, okay, so that's the archive. Let's go away from the archive. Library.
I think it's just the archive that, anyway,
Team builder. Okay, so we've got the master footer. So if we edit with Elementor, the master footer, let's go back to our home. And you want your call to action section. So make sure you've highlighted the outer section. Click on that, right click, copy, go to the footer here, hover on the handle, right click, paste. That's copied that across. So we can update that.
And then I can
now,
and I can still just add something in between those, can't I?
Yeah.
I might even do that. I might do ready to get started, testimonial footer. Ready to get started, testimonial footer.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really good, wouldn't it? You know, that'd be, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Wow.
So obviously you can delete that from that page, but yeah, I'll leave you to do that. That's,
yeah, that's fine.
What else then? Was there anything else?
So we were going to try, there are a few things we can wait till the site is live, which I'll hold off from today. The gallery, what are your thoughts on the gallery? So if you can just view, wedding photography. I don't know what it is, just something about it, it's just not right for me. I think maybe it's the fact that it's choosing when my photos are big and when they're not, and that in itself is frustrating me.
So do you know what? Let's have a look. What does he do? So I don't
think he's got a gallery anywhere. Unless you go into an actual featured wedding, perhaps. So yeah, maybe go into a featured wedding. No, he doesn't really have a gallery, does he? Funnily enough. Frustratingly, the girl whose gallery I loved, her website's not available for some reason. She must have not paid her. It just says not available anymore.
Who was that?
Her name, it was Natalie Takes Photos. Hers was the gallery that I was trying to replicate. Oh, I like your dark theme.
Nice.
I might change. Yeah, that's her, but her website doesn't come up anymore. Oh, yeah, look. Natalie Takes Photos wedding price list. If you open that up, and it says no, basically, or it did last week. Might have paid,
it looks like it's not going to load.
Which is weird, because she's a successful photographer. Maybe I should message her and tell her. Maybe she doesn't know.
Yeah, it's possible, isn't it? Like her domain might have accidentally expired, or web designer might have disappeared, or.
It's really frustrating, because obviously more so for her than me, but for me, because her gallery was lovely. It was just okay. I tell you what, why don't I spend some time looking for a gallery that I like on someone else's page, rather than me trying to say what I don't like about this. And then we can try and replicate. I don't know, what do you think? I just don't, it just doesn't look.
Well, I don't like the fact that it's like portrait, landscape, portrait, landscape. It seems a bit the order's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and then to have some nice size, some not. I don't know. Something about it just not working for me. But I'll spend some time, I think.
I think that's better, but
I just don't. When the smaller ones are too small, that's the problem I have.
You know, from looking at that other guy, he had all of his pictures with the same resolution, weren't they? They were
Yeah, ratio. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should, because I was going to have 2 galleries anyway and split it with the call to action. So maybe I'll put all my portraits in the top and all my landscapes in the bottom, or something like that.
That'd probably work, wouldn't it? I think that's the thing. I think you haven't got the control if you're asking this software to decide how it's going to be.
I understand that. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'll do some research and I'll.
Why you haven't said that? Can we? You can reorder it, so you can go into here and you can reorder the images if you don't like the order of the images.
Right. Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll have a play with it. Let me just see if I did have another question. Let me just where is it? Email. And we were going to look at Instagram and stuff, but again, a lot of this we can just I just want to get it live now.
Yeah. So let's have a look. So what do you need to do to get it live then, really?
Yeah.
I think a big thing is going to be the footer. Get the footer looking really nice.
Okay.
And then other than that, this front page. Okay, look at this. The style of this. Get rid of that shadow. I think probably your page title, could do with being the biggest piece of text on the page. Quick look. So that's a H1. So I was going to talk about sort of SEO stuff today, but very quickly, your on-page signals to Google are your page title, and then what's called the header tags. So you've got H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. And that basically the most important one being H1, which just says to Google, this is what this page is really about. So Kent Wedding Photographer, that's fine, and then your H2 might be like, wedding photography or couples photography, engagement photography. So typically that H1 would be bigger. Typography.
I think I need to have a look on a laptop or something, because.
What you on a desktop, are you?
Yeah, and it's big. It is a 28-inch one.
Yeah. I don't know where that shadow's applied from. Old text shadow. Yeah, just get rid of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit sharper, isn't it? And do you know what? It's nice to use like the same colours. So if we're using this grey here, which is 3A, and possibly maybe the black against the white is a bit too stark.
Yeah. No, I'm all for grey. I'm a huge fan of grey. Yes, 100%. Love it. Much better.
So it's just made it a tiny little bit subtler, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we need to make that, can that not be like all the way through rather than me? Because each page has got, I've done a little heading, I think, on each. I'm trying to make each page look the same.
Yeah. So,
as in, like, if you look, you'll see I've then got, title, image, then content, title, image, content. I've tried to do that all the way through.
So actually, these ones are a bit smaller, aren't they?
Yeah. We can get rid of the text on that page, though. Well, don't worry, I can do that. Is that the right thing to have done? I'm just trying to get each page to look the same.
Yeah, definitely. You want it to be consistent, don't you? 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem to be a lot bigger, that one, doesn't it?
It is, isn't it? So I think the other ones are maybe they're not H1s. Let's have a quick look.
Probably not, because of what they say. I think because you did touch on that last time, and I thought, well,
yeah. So they're H2.
Yeah.
But every page should have a H1.
Okay. So does that mean I need to have a think rather than saying "Welcome to the world of Swinky photography"? Should I say something more SEO-y?
You can do. Yeah, you could do. But I suppose Let's have a look. So what? Yeah, so wedding photography. So, or you could leave that as a H2 and just add a H1 that says wedding photography in there. You know, so quite often I have like double headings. You know, so I'll have like, and I might make the H1 smaller than the H2 because I might want the H2. The H2 is more for people, the H1's more for Google. You know.
Well, can I have see underneath the title where it says here are some of my most favourite wedding photography images? Can I literally make the wedding photography in there part of my SEO, or will it change the size? Like if I highlighted that and changed it to H1, would it change the size of that word?
Yeah, it would change the size, but it would also knock the others out of line as well. So
okay, I understand. That's fine.
Have it in line. But what I would just, to be honest with you, I'll just duplicate this, and then I would just call this top one wedding photography.
No, see, but then that puts my getting them all to look the same out of whack then, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I'll do that on every page.
Oh, okay. Yes. And does it have to be only the SEO words, or could I write wedding photography by CJ?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. So it doesn't mess it with it if I have other words in there.
No, and I think, you know, SEO is such a big, broad thing, you know, that, yeah, wedding photography by CJ, that's cool, isn't it? Actually, I like that.
That's
and actually, for me, like I like to say that within 5 seconds somebody's landed on a page and they know what it's about. Okay, so welcome to the world of Swinky photography. I've got to then read that small text. It doesn't really say it. Whereas now, bang, straight away, someone knows.
Yeah, no, fabulous.
And actually, for me as well, I'd probably just have a call to action early on as well, just because some people would be ready to buy straight away, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know, so typically my headers. I mean, let me just see if I can show you one I'm working on now.
I did toy with the idea. I gave up because I couldn't get it looking nice. Sorry, go on. You go first.
I was just going to see if I've got one.
Well, even just that, like a book a consultation, even just a thin little button like that on every page, at the top of every page.
Yeah, so I just feel like if there's enough in the header to engage some people, so this one is like for a woman who does wardrobe makeovers, right? So if you're looking for that, you've landed on this, you can see that's what it is. Feel like nothing in your wardrobe goes together, even though it's bursting at the seams. Book a consultation, you know, for some people that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then for those that are not, they've got to go through the sort of rest of the page.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you do a see-through button? I like the see-through button.
So the see-through button, very quickly, let's add
Sorry, I've got 2 minutes.
No worries. They're easy to do. So, I mean, sometimes we do double buttons, so we'd add an inner section and have a button either side. But we don't need to do that at the moment. So button, just add a button, stick it in the center, make it large really, so it's nice and clickable. On your textbook, a consultation. Extra large, yeah, why not? And then we go to style, and we are going to give it a black text or that grey text color. Background color, we are going to give it, if we drop down, so the bottom slider is transparency, so we're just going to make it transparent. And then we're going to give it a solid border width of say 2. If you like that border radius, we can give it a 10 border radius, and then update that.
And change the color of the outline. How do you do that?
The color of the outline is here.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah. You just do it in that grey color again, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's interesting.
So there you go. So you've now got a button. Maybe it needs more or less border radius. Not sure about that. Make it round. If you click on hover, you could then give it an animation. So you could make it grow And then if we update, there's a few different hover animations: shrink, pulse, push, pop. Grows quite nice. So now if we hover on it.
Yeah, that's nice. And then I can just do what I've done before. Yeah, I know how to do the link and link it to a.
But actually, I would say to you, look, if you made really engaging headers for each of your
Yeah.
and so just do this wedding photography one, really make it pop, so 5 seconds of something know exactly what it's about and what they can do and why they should do it, right? And then you can copy that onto each of your other, your money pages, your couples photography. Oh, he's only got 2, but yeah, I think that's quite nice.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And do you think that top, the white space do you think it's too much white space?
Whereabouts?
Here in that section now, because if you look from the top of the page all the way to the edge of the gallery underneath, it's just all white space. Do you think that's okay?
Yeah. I mean, white space allows the design to breathe, doesn't it? And it allows people to be guided down your text, isn't it? So you've got to guide them through your message. So white space, yeah, a big fan of white space. I'm not sure on the logo and then the menu underneath if it's taking up too much room to get to the message.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to move. I would like there to be less space between the bottom of the logo and the top of the menu.
Yeah. So, yeah, and also, maybe there's too many words. So for me, I like to be very succinct and punchy. So possibly this is too many words for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I would have the menu item on the left. I think I'd have this on the right. But yeah, white space. I mean, you need white space.
She's got, like that faded picture in the background. I was wondering if should I have like a faded left to right fading
so this is another one that we've done recently for the company does like hair extension training and hair loss stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got these sort of faded background images. I really like that. You could do that, definitely.
Yeah, I think I might try and play around with that. Yeah.
But there's plenty of white space on here as well.
Okay. All right. I mean, the bones of it, I think, are almost there. I do want to try and get it live sooner rather than later, even if
it's not perfect, eh? Oh, it's my internet gone. How do you know whether it's your internet or their internet that's gone? I'm frozen.